Hi everyone, welcome to Pacific Northwest Sustainable Gardening. Today I want to show you how I decided to prune my grapevines. After doing lots of research on whether or not to cane prune or spur prune, I decided to do a sort of modified spur pruning method, and here it is. So I want to begin by showing you what my grapevines looked like before I pruned them. I picked up these two different types of trellises from Home Depot that I nailed together to create a kind of arbor for my grapes. But after researching different methods of pruning grapes, I've realized that this is probably not the best way to get the best quality grapes. So I decided to set up my grapes to spur prune in the future. So in order to do this, I'm going to need T-posts, I'm going to need a T-post driver, I'm going to need some pruners, some garden tape, and also some 14 gauge electrical wire. Now the first thing that I had to do was remove the existing trellis. But I first had to unweave all the vines that I had previously strategically placed within the trellis. Now with spur pruning, what you're typically going to do is train your grapes to have one trunk and then two long cordons going in opposite direction, each cordon or arm of the grapevine having approximately 7 or 8 grape nodes. Now what I've decided to do is a sort of modified spur pruning where instead of having 2 cordons, I'm actually going to have 4. I'm going to have 2 upper ones and then 2 lower ones. Now I'm setting up my grapevines to be about 15 feet wide. So I'm driving in my T-posts separated by 15 feet and then 1 T-post right in the middle. So I decided to spur prune my grapes instead of cane prune them because to me it seemed like it would be the easiest to maintain. The cordons create a sort of permanent horizontal structure, and then each year I just have to prune the vertical canes that come out of each node along each cordon. Cane pruning seemed like it would be a little more work in that you would have to lay down, use the canes and lay down new cordons every single year. So as you can see here, I decided to use just regular old 14 gauge electrical wire from Home Depot, mainly because I've used it in the past. It's a good price and it has held up well up to this point. So you can see here I created 2 trellis wires separated by about 2 feet. And I'm going to use regular garden tape to attach the grapevines to the trellis. This first plant here, I actually had previously pruned back to 4 individual canes. But the difficult part here was trying to determine which cane to send in which direction. So as you can see, I'm going to train 2 vines horizontally along the lower trellis wire and then also 2 horizontally on the upper wire. The plant on the other side only has 2 canes coming out, so that one will be trained in a traditional spur pruned method, and the middle plant will be transplanted.